Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. It's the Garden Turns. So what I am doing here today, this is the first day I placed my flowers, all my seedlings outside. So I'm trying to harden them off because our last frost date here in St. Louis is April 5th, and I want to get them hardened off and in the ground so that they can start growing. So I have everything sitting out here, and I have had these out here now for about 2 hours, and I'm about to take them and place them back in the greenhouse. And then as you can see, this is a pretty shaded area right here. It's on the side of a building. And you want to take these and gradually move them into places of higher light so that your plants can get used to being outdoors. Because if you just take them out immediately, they will go into shock and they could die. So this is my first day of hardening off. I'm going to be doing this every day for the next week or two. And I'm going to increase the amount of time that they're spending outside every day. So like tomorrow, I'm going to do another 2 hours. Maybe 3 days from now, I'm going to leave them out for 5 hours. And I'll just increase until it's time to transplant. So this is called hardening off. And this is a process that you need to do with your seedlings. So don't forget, like, share, and subscribe. This has been an As the Garden Turns gardening tip. All right, I'm gonna let people come in. I should have had some music playing while we letting the people come in. You know what I'm saying?
What kind of music?
I don't know, like, you know, some of my favorite, like Tony Braxton.
You can play it on there?
Yeah, you can have music, just a little bit of music playing until we get some people in the room, because we're gonna start seeding, talking about planting here in a minute. So everybody that's joining, hello. So today we're gonna be doing some seeding. We are again indoors because it is cold outside. It's dangerously cold, I think, right?
I mean, it's cold.
I think they said it's dangerously cold here in St. Louis. So we're going to be doing some planting here.
I would say that's dangerous.
It's what?
It's 11.
It's 11 degrees currently in St. Louis. And then we got all this snow. So I'm just going to start talking because we're going to be doing some seeding today. So if you want to learn how to garden, this is going to be one of the videos for you. So I'm probably going to do a series of these just so you guys can kind of like get into seeding. And we're going to be talking about, let me get my list here of the stuff that we're going to be discussing today. My husband and Max are both here too. Just running around in the background here. But today we're going to be talking about how to store your seeds indoors. I'm going to define frost hardy seeds and let you know what that is. I'm going to tell you what we're going to be planting. And you know what I'm going to be planting today. Plants for these seedlings and the greenhouse. And then I'm going to go through the seeds, of course. And then we're going to take questions. I'm going to read comments if there are any. And then we're going to do a summary for what we have in store, what's coming up for our videos for the month of February. And then, of course, we're going to talk about the drawing that we have coming up for the honey and the candle that we got coming. So we're going to start talking about seeding, and we're going to discuss, Max, what plants you can grow here. You can start indoors in St. Louis in the month of January. Okay. So I'm not going to be reading the comments until I'm going to come and check in every now and then. Hit that like button for me. But we're going to start talking about what you can seed indoors in January. And since we're all stuck in the house, this will be perfect for you to start doing right now. Okay, now let me get a seed here. Max, get out the way. Excuse me, boo. Okay, so in St. Louis, you can start several cold seeds of vegetables, herbs, and certain flowers indoors in late January. And we are almost out of the month of January. Today is the 27th.
Yeah. So there's only a couple more, 5 more days.
Yeah, so we don't have that much longer to go.
We're doing a drawing pretty soon.
Yes.
So if you ain't got the paid subscription, it's $1.50. You better get it so you can win that free, get that drawing, win that free honey.
All right, now some of the things that you can start planting in the month of January in Missouri would be onions and leeks, celery, broccoli, cabbage, and cauliflower, kale and collard greens, lettuce and spinach, parsley, and chives. Now, you can also sow some flowers. I don't think I'm going to be doing any of those today. I might do those in a couple days. But you can do some pansies, snapdragons, begonias, geraniums, marigolds, and petunias. Now, the soil mixture that I use, now they have a seed starting mix. And I normally get the Jiffy. Let me move this out the way. So let me see if I can get y'all a better view. And they sell this at Walmart. So what I do is I use mostly the seed starting mixture, and this is an organic mix. And then I mix in a little bit of potting soil. And that's just because This can be kind of feathery. Like when you put your seeds in it, it'll like blow your seeds all around when you water it. And it can be kind of troublesome. So to hold down my seeds a little bit, I put in a little bit of potting mixture. And this is just a potting mixture that is for indoor and outdoor plants. You do not need to buy like the Miracle-Gro, because those have things in them that you may not necessarily want in your seeds once you start them. Okay, let me see here. All right. So also, a really cool thing that you can do is this is my first year buying these Jiffy starting pots, but these are biodegradable. So you can start your seeds in these, and then instead of like up potting it, as I used to do a lot, you can just plant these directly into your garden, because they'll just basically, what do you call that? They biodegrade once you plant these in the soil. So these will be perfect. We're going to see if these are going to work. But I've tried these before, and I usually get a lot of like mildew growing. So since I have the greenhouse, I'm going to see if these are going to work a little bit better. Okay, and then another thing, if you don't have a greenhouse, another cool thing is you can buy these aluminum pans, and they have these at Walmart and your local stores. And they come with these little plastic tops that can go on. And this is a greenhouse in itself, so you don't have to do anything else but put your seedlings in here, and then it snaps down, and this is a little greenhouse that you have already. Okay, so the seeds that we're going to be planting today, let me show you how I label my seeds. So I have these popsicle sticks that I buy, and I just basically take a little cutter here, and then I cut this in half, like so. And then I just basically write the name of whatever it is that I'm going to be planting on my little stick here. And then that way I have 2 from each. So if you can see that, I can see that this is collards, because we're going to be planting some collard greens. So I'm going to show you the seeds that we're going to be planting today. I'm going to tell you a little bit about each one. Okay. And we're going to start off with the 1,000 head kale. Now, one thing that we love to do here is we grow a lot of greens, because we make those green tablets. Capsules. And they're really cool. You basically just buy some gelatin capsules, and then you grow all your own greens. And instead of spending $20, $30 on some pills at the store, you can make your own. And also, you can eat this. You can just have kale, endless kale, for your from your garden that you'll be growing, and you know what's in it, and you don't have to have all those extra preservatives that they use. So this 1,000 head kale, let me put this up here so you guys can get a better look at this. Now, I bought these seeds from Baker's Creek, but they do sell these seeds at your local Walmart. They sell them at Target. You can get them anywhere. They are many seed companies online that you can order from. The reason why I like Baker's Creek is because every one of their seeds usually germinate. They're about 99%. They're like 99%, yeah. Even though I don't think they even claim that, but their seeds are pretty good. What we've observed. But what we have, right, what we've observed, they have some pretty good seeds. And if you're a first-time grower, they're perfect. You can get these, plant them, and they'll grow. And I mean, they're almost guaranteed to grow. I'm just telling you.
And then we support local business too, because at that African store we go to, you get like 100 capsules to fill for like $3.
Yeah, and so if you got like kale, the things that you're gonna see me have that I'm gonna put out here that we're gonna be planting today, your seeds will be your capsules. If you're gonna do some your own greens capsules, they'll be better than anything you could buy at the store. I mean, anything. So the first thing that we're gonna start off with today is gonna be the 1,000 head kale, and we're gonna go through each one first. And then I'm going to do my seed soil mixture. We're going to put them in the pots, and then we're going to plant our seeds. And you're going to see that whole process. Okay. So the 1,000 head kale will take 6 to 9 days to germinate. This is extremely frost hardy. And when I say frost hardy, let me give you a definition, because I want to give you the correct definition of frost hardy. Okay. Just so it's not coming from my lips, but you know what the word frost hardy means. Frost hardy is a plant that can survive a hard frost or a hard freeze without significant damage. Okay, so they can usually tolerate temperatures below 28 degrees for several hours, and some can even strive with these cold temperatures. Now, kale and spinach are 2 of the things that I know of definitely that when you plant and it's cold, they taste even better when you harvest them when it's when they've had a little cold frost. So we're going to start these, and then they're going to go out in our greenhouse once they sprout. And we ordered a warmer that should be here like next week, I think.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah, it should be here next week.
February or something?
Yeah, so it's like we ordered a solar heater so it can absorb the sun during the day, and then it'll pop on in the evening. So it'll keep my plants warm. But because throughout the day, the greenhouse, even right now, is a lot warmer than it is outside.
Yeah.
But we just gonna start these indoors because it's like the perfect place for them. Okay, so remember, frost hardy means that they can tolerate a cold frost or temperatures. What did I say? Below 28 degrees.
28, yeah.
And some of them can even tolerate temperatures below 20 degrees, right, which is amazing.
And then when that ice melts, it just waters them. Mm-hmm. It just melts down and waters them, and they come right up in the spring.
Yeah.
And they'll be strong
and delicious.
Yes.
The cold
full of nutrients.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. All of these that I'm going to show you right now are full of nutrients. It has everything in it that you will need to survive. So these are great things that you should be growing if you want that extra vitamins.
Superfoods.
Yeah, it's superfoods as they call them, as my husband says. Okay, so 1,000 head kale is a winter-tolerant kale known for its massive leaves, often measuring 3 feet long and 5 feet tall. So these are going to be massive. This is going to be the first time that I'm growing these. Okay, so to continue to harvest, these will shoot out leaves, and you have to continue to cut. If you cut the leaves as they're growing out, let them get a little length on them, and then cut them, you'll get continuous kale throughout the season. And some of these will not even bolt. They'll just grow all season long. And you'll have kale from early spring when it's still frosty to almost summer, the end of summer. I had my, one of these we're going to go through, the Katmasuna. We had this mustard from the beginning of spring to when it frosted that next summer, at the end of the summer into fall. So they're pretty good. If you plant these, plan on having a long harvest. Now, some of them do not tolerate heat and they will bolt. And bolt means that they'll just go to seed and they'll stop producing leaves. But you can harvest the seeds once these bolt, and then you can continue to grow them year after year after year. If you like it, if you love the 1,000 head kale, once it does go to seed or bolt, you can collect the seeds, and then you'll never have to order seeds through Baker's Creek ever again because you'll have a continued supply of seeds. So a lot of these you should let bolt, at the end, and then harvest the seeds. But 1,000 head kale, as I said, it offers a high yield. You can use this in salads, soups, stir fries, and some of these you can even can, which we're going to be going through some canning later too in some of the live videos. Now, it is cold hardy, and it becomes sweeter in cold weather. The leaves are tender. They're tender, that they're easy to chew and eat. And then you can plant these in full to partial shade. You want to sow these in late winter indoors. But if you want to sow them outside, you can sow them in early spring. Okay. Or late summer as well. Because if you plant these in the summer, then you'll have harvest for that winter until, we reach temperatures like we have today, and then it'll die. Basically, it can't tolerate 11 degrees or below zero temperatures, but you can harvest it as long as if you plant them in late summer, you'll have them all the way up until the first hard freeze. Okay. So you have to cut these regularly for a continued harvest. So most of these, it's the same way. All right. All right. Now let's move on to the next. So we're going to be planting the 1,000 head kale. Let me see what else I have over here. Okay. Now my spinach. This is one of my husband's favorite. He go out in the yard sometimes and he will just pull the leaves from spinach and eat it. What does it taste like, honey?
Oh, it's it tastes like what it's full of: potassium, minerals. It tastes minerally, like a kind of a penny. What a penny would taste like if you put it in your mouth.
Which vitamin rich, copper.
Yeah, it's full of minerals.
Yeah,
you could copper, potassium, calcium, all that's in there.
I hate how he says that. He does it on purpose. I hate how he says potassium. He's insane, y'all. But this is gigantic spinach, right? So I normally just grow like the regular size spinach, but this year I was like, I got to do it big. So I ordered this gigantic spinach, okay? And let's hope that this comes in. And like I said, with their seeds, they're normally pretty good. Now, this is also another frost hardy vegetable. It takes 7 to 14 days to germinate. So once we plant this, I'll be checking back in again in about a week, and we should have some seedlings growing. So that'll be really nice. Now, these are ideal for a cool season harvest. So you want to sow this in late winter, which is what we're doing now, or early spring. You can also sow these in late summer to get a harvest all the way up to the first hoar frost. They thrive in temperatures below 30 to 60 degrees. So these will bolt. This spinach will bolt, but we're going to get a nice harvest before then. And another reason why you want to start sowing and planting your seeds now is because once you direct sow and they start to grow outside, it's going to take them a while to grow. And then in that time, they will be infested by bugs. The pests will get them and you won't get a real harvest. What are you looking at?
I'm just seeing somebody out here in the snow.
You know what I'm saying? Like
they can't get out, they stuck.
My husband is looking out the window because we got the snow here. But another reason why you want to plant these earlier is because you want to avoid the pests. Because pests love spinach, they love kale, especially the cabbage moth. Like you'll think like it's these little butterflies, they're white. And I used to be like, oh, they're so cute. They just flying around. They just love the garden. But no, they are here. They're there for your spinach, your kale, your collards, all of your greens. They love greens. And they will lay their eggs on your plants and they will destroy them in little to no time. So you will have no spinach. So if you sow your seeds now and you get them out, they'll have time to grow and you'll have time to harvest without having to treat the bugs. Now, this year I'm going to try a new, because I have bees as well. And I was doing it's a powder that you use, Diametheus powder. But that Diametheus powder I read at first that it was okay for bees, but it's not. I've been reading more in on it and it's not. So it can harm my bees too. So I have stopped using that, but I'm going to use this new one that's supposed to be like a bacterial that gets inside of the cabbage moths and it makes where they can't reproduce. So we're going to try that one. But like I said, another good reason to start sowing your seeds now is to prevent some of those early infestations that will take out your garden and you won't get anything. And that's one reason why a lot of people don't really like to garden too, is because everything that you'll see me showing you today has a pest that goes along with it. And those pests will decimate your garden. They will eat everything if they just get out of control. And it's really easy for them to get out of control. So I don't know what my husband is currently doing, but he's going in and out. What are you?
Push that man because I didn't want him to hit the car.
Okay.
But that other guy pushed him, helped him get out.
Okay, so the next seed that we have here is the collard greens. And these are Georgia Southern collards. Now, one thing about these, what I think is so cool, is that they're really, really bountiful. They grow a lot. And you can can these. They're great for canning. So we're going to have some canned greens. I didn't used to eat greens because my mother would tell me that they were gross and she never really cooked them. But my husband made some for Thanksgiving a couple years ago. And I'm addicted to them now.
People
they're delicious.
Their babies in the South.
They do what?
They give them to their babies in the South.
They give them to their babies up here too. They used to. I don't know if that's still a big thing, but they used to be like the liquor from it.
Just yeah.
People would give it to the babies, and they would say it makes strong babies. But people stopped doing that. I don't know.
We lost our roots.
Yeah.
They're farming and making stuff at home.
Now, if this is, everybody may love them some collard greens, but this is really a big thing in the black community. Collards are a big thing. I think everybody has their own collard dish, the way that they make collard greens. Yeah. And we are just now developing ours. Because, hey, STL cousin, how you doing? B, who is this? B&B Sweets. How you doing? I actually saw your comment. Hey, Alberta, I see you in here. I told y'all I can't really read the comments right now. But hit the like button. And we're going to be sowing some seeds shortly. We just going through what we planting today. Because this is going to be it's going to be intense. Don't you think? Mm-hmm. It's going to be intense, y'all. Okay, so.
The garden going to be beautiful.
It's going to be beautiful. Y'all should have saw it last year. You can actually. I have videos from my garden last year. But you should check those out. We have grapes. We have everything that grow back there. So this year, y'all going to have a view from the start to the end. To to the summer go out. Mm-hmm. I just hate that. Man, I hate that.
Well, you got it's the circle of
life. Yeah, it is a circle of life. It is.
And it's kind of like a burial when you pull up all those stalks and you put them in that green yard. I can't wait to start my garden this year. Oh my gosh, right. B&B. And the old stuff from
it becomes addictive.
It feeds the new generation.
Yes.
It just breaks down the compost and it's the circle of life.
Yeah, and then you can actually use stuff in your house. Like I told y'all, if you cook along with me, don't throw away your eggshells because you can use those, collect them up. I basically break them down, crush them down after I get a lot of them collected. So I'll crack my egg and then I'll put it back into the container that it came from. And then I'll just save those all up. And then I'll like my sister does it for me too. We collect our eggshells. She brings them to me. I crush them down, throw them in the oven to kill any bacteria, and then I put them in a blender, blend them up, and make a nice powder. And then I put that out in my garden, and that's a great source of calcium for your plants. So you can. And then my husband was doing the what did you call it? Composting. He has compost.
Take all your old food scraps, your old vegetables, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches. Take all that, throw it in a Tupperware container, put a top on it, and just leave it. Let it rot. And that is deep, rich, black soil that you throw in your soil, and it's got all the nitrogen and everything you need.
Because we got stuff out there now.
Get rid of food waste, and you don't waste nothing.
Yeah. Now you can't compost every single thing. Like you can't throw in like meats.
No,
and stuff like that.
Products,
yeah.
No meat, no dog poop, none of that. But like vegetable and grain, pretty much any of that you can throw in there.
Yeah. All right, so next up, as I was saying, was the collard greens. Like I was saying, most black people, white people, we all have our own collard recipes, okay? And so I'm going to be growing the Georgia Southern Creole collards. Now, they will germinate in 4 to 7 days. You want to start these indoors in late January to February, and transplant in your garden in mid-March, okay? These are historic pre-1880 heirloom prized for their massive yields and exceptional resistance for both extreme heat and freezing temps. These plants are large. They grow 2 to 3 feet tall. You want to plant them in full sun, at least where they get at least 6 hours of full sun. You want to watch for cabbage worms. This is what I was talking about, the cabbage moth. You'll think that they're beautiful butterflies, but no, they are a pest, and they will decimate any of your green. They love collards and kale and spinach. Those are their favorites. Okay. And aphids will also destroy your greens. So you want to use roll covers. And this is what I was talking about. I'm going to get some of that BT spray. And that is the thing that you spray on your plants. The cabbage moths or cabbage worms eat it. And then they can't reproduce. And then they'll just die off. So you want to protect your young leaves. It takes 70 to 80 days to reach maturity. And you can harvest baby leaves early. And they are ideal for simmering. They can be frozen or canned due to their robust texture. So we're going to freeze some of these, and we are going to can some of these greens once we get these coming in. But that is the Georgia Southern Creole collards. And we're going to be planting those today as well. Now, one of a favorite, this is one that we planted before, and we loved this. We got this as a free sample a couple years back. And I was like, I'm finally going to order some. And it is the Kamatsuna Old Tuna. And this is a mustard green. This is a Japanese mustard green. These are delicious.
And they're so resilient.
And like the cabbage moths, nothing touched these last time when we grew them.
They are extremely resilient to pests.
Yes.
And to heat. And they grew almost all year.
They grew all year.
They kept regenerating. And
they died. Now, of course, they died off like when it started getting too cold. But these are ideal. If you love mustard greens, they're great. They're tender. They don't even, like some collards can be tough.
Yeah.
These were tender. You can put these on like your roll. Like if you're doing like a sandwich, you can make this as the lettuce, the bread for your sandwich. They roll pretty good. And like I said, they're easy to chew. These are perfect. And they're Kamatsuna. You can cook them down into mustard greens. These taste wonderful. Raw. I was even eating these raw out of the yard. And I don't usually eat stuff raw, but if you are looking for a good mustard green to grow, try the Old Tokyo Kamatsuna. This is perfect. We're going to be planting this today as well. Okay, what else are we going to be planting? Now, I got this free this year. So this is going to be my first time doing this endive. But this we got free as a sample. And that's another thing about Baker's Creek. Now, they usually give you just like a little sampler pack. This is a whole pack here. And you see on the back where they say free gift. They normally give you just like a seed sampler pack where you get like maybe half of what you normally would get in a seed pack. But they sent me a whole pack of the endive. And this is going to be my first time planting this. Hopefully it's good.
That's a Belgian endive?
This is De Lovier's endive. And this is supposed to be like, okay, you can start this 8 to 10 weeks before the last frost day. So I could have started this a while back, but we're going to be doing it today. You can sow outdoors 2 to 4 weeks before the last frost. Okay, so that would be in April in St. Louis. Our last frost is supposed to be like April 15th, something like that. But my mother and sister always say you shouldn't put things out until after Mother's Day because our weather is so finicky here. Like it might be like you have a stretch of warm days, and then you have that one day that just freeze everything and kill it.
Right.
So they say, you know, like wait till at least after Mother's Day in St. Louis to plant your sensitive plants like cucumbers. You should not plant cucumbers outside until after Mother's Day because they will die. They will die. But this is the frost hardy lettuce. So this is filled with vitamins. It contains insulin. Did you know that? Mm-mm. And it has prebiotic fibers in it.
All good for your stomach.
It supports gut health, and it is rich in vitamin K, which is great for blood clotting, and magnesium, which is great for cramps. If you get muscle cramps, this endive should cure your cure-all. You see why a lot of the times people don't tell you that. A lot of these things have natural curing elements in them. And that's why you should grow a lot of your own food. They don't tell you these things. And then a lot of the stuff that you buy at the store has a lot of properties removed. And you don't get the full health benefit of some of these things that you would get if you grew them in home. You know what I mean? So endive would be one of those. When I go to the store, I barely ever see endive there anyway.
No.
I don't think that you see this there a lot. Okay, so those are the ones that we're going to be planting today. But I do have some others. So I'm also going to be doing chamomile, which this is great. It's great for relaxation. It's a great herbal plant. We planted these before. The whole yard smell like apples. They're just great. I'm gonna be planting some of those. I'm not sure if I'm gonna be doing that today. Another great one is this watercress, aqua large leaf watercress. We planted these last year, and these are almost like the endive. They have a lot of health benefits. Lots of vitamin K. If you have an issue with blood clotting, try some watercress. And these grow rather easily. And then another thing that I have that if you didn't know that you can grow that are frost hardy here in St. Louis, or peas. Peas love cooler weather. Once it starts to get warmer, the weather starts to get warmer, peas normally get like a bacteria, they get molds, powdery mildew, and they pretty much die. St. Louis temperatures are so weird that a lot of things get powdery mildew, and they don't. Yeah, it's humid. It's very humid and hot, and it's all these. So a lot of your stuff will end up dying early. But if you start them early, like I'm telling you to do, you can get a pretty good harvest off of a lot of these things. And these are my King Tut purple peas. We grew these, and these were everywhere. You remember we had the purple peas.
And when you cook them, they turn back green.
Yes, they're filled with vitamins.
That's the purple.
That's a perfect thing to grow.
And the selenium, all that good stuff in there.
And then, of course, one of my favorite things to grow too is the bells of Ireland. This is a beautiful. It smells like Irish Spring soap. So people have issue with getting these started, but we're going to start some of these, not today. But I love to have these on the borders of my beds because, like I said, these smell wonderful and they're beautiful. They're just all green. They don't have any other color in them but green. You might see an occasional white from the little flower, and then the other thing, they have spikes. These have like horrible spikes that if you don't know and you touch them, you will be stuck. Okay, so let's get to mixing this soil. Okay, so I'm going to show you how I mix the soil. And first, we're going to start with some of this Jiffy mix here. And we're going to open this. And I'm going to use 75% Jiffy mix. This seed starter mix. And I'm just going to cut this open. And then this is the thing that I use. I basically have a Tupperware container that I keep to the side to mix my soil in. And I don't use this for anything else. All right, so you want to put in mostly about 75% of your seed mix here. And I'm going to show you how powdery this is while I add in a little bit of the pot mix. Because this is very powdery and you'll lose your seeds in this once you put the water in. Okay, so I'm going to show you the consistency of this here. This is very fine, as you can see. So when you add water to this, it doesn't even really absorb the water. And that's why I add a little bit of potting soil so that it can. So we have about 75% of our Jiffy mix. And then the rest we're going to add 25% of our potting soil here. So we're going to be doing this in our greenhouse. I'm going to actually have the camera set up in the greenhouse. I just didn't today because it's extremely cold outside. And I didn't want to keep going in and out. And then I was going to have to bring these in anyway because I'm not going to leave these out, the seedlings outside. So we just did it in here. So I'm going to mix this, put on a glove here. And we're going to mix this with our hand to get that blended. And I'm going to move this up so you guys can see the mix that we have here. Now also, once you get that mix in, you want to add some water. You want to water first because like I said, if you put this in your pots, it'll wash away your seed. So to get your seed to set in your soil, you want to put in some water here. And it's probably about a fourth to a half cup of water. And then you want to mix that. So another thing about gardening is get messy. It's dirty. So if you don't like dirt, get used to it. And I didn't used to like to put my hand in dirt. I actually like to do this without even putting a glove on. But I'm trying to be PC for y'all, you know. It's nothing like getting your hand in the dirt. Okay. Now, we're going to bring over our pans here. Now, like I said, you can get these pans at the Dollar Tree. They have them at Walmart. And they have the little plastic cover top. So next, what you want to do is take your pots. And then we're going to fill these with soil. And I just basically take it. Can you see that? Fill it. Is that easy? You see that? Pushing it in so that it hits the bottom. And then you don't need it to be completely filled to the top. Okay, you see how I did that? That's the first one. And then we're going to just fill up 2 of these. Y'all might be like, where's your husband? He's walking around. What are you doing? Working out. But we're going to be doing this without him sometimes. We're going to be in that greenhouse. We're going to be out in the garden. And we're going to be doing lives out in the garden, from the garden, so y'all can see the progress of all of this stuff that we planted here today. Because I know, like I said, some of y'all don't have, like Alberta, she doesn't have a big yard to grow a lot of stuff. But, you know, you can follow along and grow with me. And it's got to be some kind of way that we're going to have to hook up and where we can actually give y'all some of the plants and some, you know what I'm saying?
You missed this one, didn't you?
No, you can put some in there, though. Now, where did I put my little stick here? Because here it is. So we have 2 different sticks here. So these are basically kebab sticks. This is a thinner kebab stick here. And then I have this thicker dowel, wooden dowel here that I'm going to use to put my holes down to start putting my seeds in. So I showed you guys where you see, like I love to use my hand because it gives you a better feel. And you can feel like how loosely packed, because it's not solidly packed. It's pretty loosely packed inside of each of these cells. Okay, next, we're going to get our seeds. And when I open my seeds, I like to try not to cut it. I try just to open the seed packet where you just peel it open. You know what I'm saying? Because in that way you can seal it back easier. And then you'll have your whole seed packet where you can read all the information if you need to. Now, as we look at this seed packet here, you want to plant this at a 1/4 inch. Can you see that? About a 1/4 inch depth. And what I do is I usually do 2 seeds in each cell. And then that way I can actually, if both of them sprout, I'll have 2 plants that I can separate if I want to. And then have, you know, it'll be 10. Because I think I'm going to do 4. I got 4 labels. 4. I might do 5 kale because I want a lot of kale. But I'm thinking I'm going to put my kale in flower pots. Some of these are going to go in flower pots because I have them at the entrances of our gourd archway, our gourd tunnels. So I'm going to show you the seeds too. So we need about 10 seeds here. So this is what kale seeds look like. If you've never seen kale seeds, you see how pretty, they're really small. They kind of look like poop.
Poppy seeds.
Well, you know, like
you talking like mice,
like droppings or something. They're really little. So you got to be careful with that. As your eyes start to get older, as mine are, this kind of blends in with the dirt. Do you know what I'm saying? So you got to be like extra careful when you handling your seeds. So I'm going to take my little kebab stick here. And I try to give them room. So like I said, I got 10 seeds. So I'm going to put one on the corner here. And one on the corner here. Can you see that? And then you want to push it down to about a 1/4 inch. So you got one here and one there. And then we're going to take our seeds. I heard one fall. And then you want to drop them in the little holes here. You will never find that seed on this ground. And then you just cover that up. And then remember those labels that we made? Just stick it down in there. In the front here so you can see it. So that is kale. So let me do... This is going to go fast.
Drop them in.
Can you see, babe?
I can see these. I got eyes like an eagle.
And your hands are pretty big. That's 4. So my husband is going to sow some. And I want to do 5 cells. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You do need 2 more. All right, then you got your kale stick. And I'm going to give him 2 more because we're going to choose one of those. Or I got the 2 in my hand. I'm just going to drop them in. So you just drop it in. And cover that up. All right, let me put the rest back in the box here. So let me keep the one that we have so I can make sure that I label that. I didn't put the kale in there.
You're doing 5, right?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Oh, we did that one.
Right.
Okay.
So let me get another stick here. And then I'm going to write kale. And then I write it on both sides here.
Yeah, you'll never.
You see? You got it on both sides. And then I'm going to go ahead and put that down in there so we know what's in there. Now, the next thing that we're going to do, let's move this out the way. So we're going to do the rest of these 5, we're going to put in collards. Let's see what collard seeds look like. We're going to need 1 more of those. Let me write 1 more for collard. And those seeds should look the same because they're all brassicas. And that's the classification of the seed family. It's the brassica. And the cabbage moth love them some brassica. Okay. All right. So let's look at these collard seeds. As you saw, I opened the little pack here. And then we're going to need 10 of these. Let's see if these are a little bit bigger. These are the same. Do you see how you can get these mixed up? That's why I try to keep my seed packet whole. These look identical to the kale that we just planted. Okay, so we need 10. I'm going to give you some of these. I don't know how many that is, but go ahead.
So these are even smaller.
So you want to pop them in the little holes that you make here. And these should be also planted about a 1/4 inch depth as well. This probably going to be enough, right?
Oh, yeah. This is about 10 or 12.
And then we put that back.
This is more.
You can put down a couple extra ones in the little holes.
Put them in the other corners or something?
No, just put them down. Because sometimes they don't sprout too. So if you got extra, just put them down. So I got the collards here. We're going to label those. And like I said, try to put that towards the front so you can actually see. I'm going to show you what I mean. So you can see what you've planted without like having to like really take the top off or move it around too much. When he gets that in there. Okay. So when you look at this, you can see it. You see what I mean? If you plant it where you can see that these are kale and those are collards without really having to manipulate your seeds too much. All right, next we're going to do spinach. Now, I think the gigantic spinach seeds are a lot bigger. So this would be cool to see these. And here you go. You can do your holes. Now, these need to be planted at about a 1/2 inch depth.
Oh, that's deep then, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, and then you can see these. These are cool. You can actually see this seed. And they're pretty big. Look at that. That kind of reminds me of okra seeds.
I mean, 4?
You need 10.
I mean, are you doing 5?
Yeah, you can see how huge those are. And then you can see these. You see, as your eyes get older, But these, I mean, I was gonna say a blind person can see that. That's not right. But you can see these pretty well. They don't blend in with your soil. All right, so you can get these. You can get 10. You can actually see these, and then give me the ones that you don't plant. These are pretty good.
And they're opposite color of the dirt. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're easy to spot. I hope that y'all are having a wonderful day. We were not able to leave today. I got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I'm going to see if we'll be able to get out tomorrow. And if we can, I think we are going to go up to the store and get a sled.
Yes.
And then see what we could do from there with y'all tomorrow. If we're going to be trying to go live tomorrow, we'll see. I'm going to start reading y'all comments in a little bit. Hey, Megan.
That's 5, right?
Did you get all of those?
Yeah.
You sure? And then where did you plant them? In here?
In the corners, right here.
I'm talking about which 5?
These 5 here.
Okay, so I'm going to put down my labels.
Put it
2,
just in case.
3, 4, 5. And remember, those were a 1/2 inch.
Yeah, I went deeper.
So you can actually put them seeds in there too.
That way you ensuring that something.
Yeah, so I put this back in the bag, the ones I didn't use. And I usually fold down the top once I do it to keep them from coming out, from coming out of the pack. But like I said, try to open it where you still can seal it back. But you still want to fold it down because that seal is not going to hold. So you can see I did that with all of these. With my collards, I fold them down. Okay. Now, next, y'all going to see the katsuna. That's the next one that we're going to be doing. We're going to do 5 of those.
I love that word.
Katsuna.
Kamatsuna. Yeah.
Let's see how those look. Now, these are from Japan. And like I said, if you're looking for something to grow that's like easy and it doesn't take a lot of management, the Kamatsuna is the one for you. This is one of the easiest things that we've had, that we've grown. And I'm going to put that on that side so you can see.
You doing 4?
Yeah, you're going to do...
5.
5. The last remaining ones. And then these are planted at a 1/4 inch.
Okay, 4.
And then these look just like the other ones here. The greens, as you can see. These are the same color as the soil. I just dropped 2.
I see one that rolled over here.
Okay. Okay. All right, so he's going to plant those.
These are even smaller.
Yeah, those are the Kamatsuna. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Am I? You think
Kamatsuna.
Kamatsuna.
Yeah.
Old Tokyo Kamatsuna.
Sound Japanese too.
Boy, wait till we start cooking some of this stuff up, y'all. You're gonna want to have a garden once you start seeing us cook up some of this Kamatsuna, this spinach, and we make those tablets. You're gonna want a garden. And then I'm gonna do like some wraps with these.
Yes.
My gosh, yeah, I'm gonna do some wraps. So I'm gonna put my labels in here so that I can see what this is. Make sure you're labeling so that you know what it is that you're growing. I'm gonna move this one up front because you don't want them too close to each other like that. Okay, next, I'm going to can you give me some more water? You know what? I got some water over here. So you saw we put that down. Now we're going to water these. Put a little bit of water on each because you want that humidity. You want this to start forming like that, humidity. The greenhouse effect. So you want to put a little bit of water on each one to give them that incentive to grow.
And they come out really strong in these little greenhouses.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, they come in strong and green and thick little seedlings.
So you see how that, when I put the water on there, it's not moving it around at all. And that's because we put that potting soil in there. Because if you just had seed mix, it would be going everywhere.
Mm-hmm. It's like dust.
It's like dust. And so here is the top. So as I told y'all, these come with little plastic tops. You just pop the top on there like that. And then you just put this somewhere warm and just let it go. And you'll have stuff popping up in here in no time. Probably about, so I would say 7 days from now, you're going to see some little seedlings start to emerge. And then once these start to emerge, if you want, you can break them up, which I'm going to end up doing. I'm going to be up potting a lot of stuff because I have that greenhouse and I have a lot of room in there. So I'll be able to have all of those extra pots all around in the greenhouse. And then I'll have some extras that I could give away as well. Now, I don't know how we're going to do that. We might do like a meetup at like Tower Grove Park or Fairground Park or something like that. If y'all know these parks around the city. If you grow, maybe we'll meet up somewhere and then we can like exchange plans, or you can just come and pick up some of these. We're going to be doing that this year. And then we're going to let the subscribers know first. If you subscribe to our channel, I'm going to start putting videos that's going to show you where we're going to pop up at. And you can pop up and get some of these greens, some kamatsuna, some spinach, and that's going to be coming up. That's going to be something that we're going to be doing coming up. Okay, now we got one more, and that's that endive that we're going to plant. We're going to move this out of the way. Put this over here. So that'll be nice to get to meet some of you guys. Don't you think, babe?
I think that would be very nice.
And so I'm going to be reading y'all comments in a second. Let me take these out of here. We're going to fill up another tray here. And then we're going to do the endive. We're only going to do one side here. I'm actually going to fill up both. That's what I mean when I say as the garden turns. It turns because you can share what you growing. You can learn from what we growing. You can grow along with us. It's like learning something new is always great.
It is. Knowledge is power.
And in this day and age, you're going to need to grow some of your own food.
You might need to grow all of it.
Yeah.
You never know.
Well, all right. So I've never seen endive seeds. This is going to be a new one for me. I think I've seen all the other ones that we opened before. Because spinach looks like that. All spinach is like white. The seeds for spinach are white. Okay, yeah, I've never seen this. And I think, you know what? All lettuce seeds look the same too. So I'm going to show y'all these. So we're going to do 5 endives. I need to do one more. These are a different color as well, but they're little. They're really tiny. You know what? I think I'm going to do a surprise one. Here you go. Those are the labels. I'm going to do one surprise one for y'all. One that I didn't even show you at the end because we still got 5 more holes here. 5 more selections to choose from. This is the endive seeds. Look at those. This is how all lettuce looks. Most lettuce looks like this. So we don't need all of these, but I'm going to give my husband, you can take some of these. He's going to plant those. You might want to put a couple more of those in each hole than one.
Yeah.
Because those are really tiny. Okay, so that is our endive. Now, we are going to do one that I didn't even talk about. I told y'all another good thing to plant this season at this time in your house right now would be like broccoli, cauliflower, and stuff like that. So today we're going to be planting some. Wait a minute. How do Willie D do it?
Dun, 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 dun.
Yeah, he don't do it right.
He don't do it right. He don't understand octaves.
Okay, we gonna be doing some cauliflower. Yes, I have cauliflower. Now, this is Rober cauliflower. This is supposed to be easy to grow. I did plant some last year, and I did have some coming in, but I planted it too late. So today we're gonna plant some cauliflower. Listen, I tell y'all, I have seeds of all type because I collect them. Because you should collect seeds.
Can we put all these in there?
Yes, you can just go ahead and put all of them in there. You should, if you are a gardener. I have so many seeds. We're going to have to go through them one day. But this cauliflower is easy to grow. I planted this. Cauliflower is known to be a ruthless. It's hard to grow cauliflower. This is supposed to be an easier variety. And like I said, last year I did get some cauliflower in, but they didn't get to maturity. And they ended up bolting at the end there when it started to get hot. So let's hope that if I plant these now, we will have some cauliflower and I can have cauliflower later. So we're going to use the last of our pots here to plant this cauliflower. And then if you've never seen cauliflower seeds, you got a surprise. It's going to be some seeds showing today. They finna show out.
And what was the depth on the endive?
The endive is a 1/4 inch.
Okay.
Most stuff be a 1/4 inch.
Yeah. But
So we got cauliflower.
So everybody know.
And then remember, the cauliflower also is a brassica. So the cauliflower seeds look like the kale, they all look the same because they're brassicas. And brassicas do not like heat at all. And I'm just going to write Kylie on these because it'll make it easier for me. And I'm going to show you how the cauliflower seeds. I'm going to give them to my hub.
Your holes right there. You may turn it around and put them in there?
Yeah, you can put them in there. You've been sowing, as they call it, sowing.
I hope I reap.
Oh, you going to reap.
I hope I reap what I sow.
Oh, you going to reap. So if you would like to be notified of some of these plants that I'm going to have up, I'm just going to be giving them away. You might want to subscribe so you could be one of the first ones to know about the flower giveaways that we're going to be doing. And I'm going to meet up in like Fairground Park. O'Fallon Park would be a good place to meet. Lafayette Park for those south. We're going to have a couple meetups. And it's just going to be different things because I'm going to be sowing a lot of seeds, y'all. So, yeah, hit that like button. It's going to be different meetups that we're going to be doing where we're going to be giving out free plants. And you can just plant them in your garden and grow with me. You know what I'm saying?
And you can still enter, if you get the paid subscription, you're entered to win free honey.
And now, I don't know what's been going on with I uploaded videos yesterday because we had like ham bean soup. And they never showed up. And then we did also nectarine crisp. None of those videos are showing on my channel. I don't know what happened. I know something's going on with TikTok. Okay, let's see. How long have you been gardening? I don't remember if you told us or not. Sorry if you did. No, I did not. So, like religiously gardening? How long is it? About 4 or 5 years?
It's been 4 years.
It's been a minute.
This will be the 5th season.
But my entire family, or my grandmother gardened. My mom is a gardener. They don't. Now, my grandmother and my mother and my sister like the floral part of gardening. And so they grow a lot of like unique flowers. My sister's a master gardener. She took a class. And so she's a master gardener. I like to grow food because I like to actually see. I know you see the flowers bloom and it's like pleasurable, but I like to be able to see and eat the things that I grow. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And get them to maturity. And then you can actually share those foods with other people. And that's what I like about that. But yeah, my grandmother, I'm from a whole line of gardeners. And then my grandfather.
Your father wrote the book on gardening.
Yeah, my father, he's Nigerian. My father was, he wrote the book on agricultural, and they use the textbook in Nigeria, and I think they use it here too.
They use it, yeah. I think worldwide. He was the dean of the.
Yeah, so I tried to run away from it for years, but I really love it now. It's just like in my blood. Yeah. So these are cauliflower seeds, and I say agriculture.
Horticulture, agriculture.
Yeah, but he worked for Budweiser there for a while in the I don't remember the name of the department that he worked in, but he worked there like in the 60s, 70s. He worked there. So he helped develop some of the recipes, some of the stuff that they were doing later on. And you know what? I've never met my father. He recently died in Nigeria. He was like the dean of the Nigerian college, and he recently died. And I have never met him. I never got to meet that man. Now, I do have photos of him. He looks kind of strange. Like, he had these weird green, like, his eyes changed colors, right? Seemed like with emotions. And I had that trait when I was a younger child. My eyes would be green one minute and then brown. Like, they change colors. And that sounds like that's not real, but it is actually a true thing. My son's eyes are like that, too. So now they just fixed on hazel. They're like this weird hazel color. Okay, so I'm going to add water to these. It's like the traits that you get, that you end up getting at your, and then you spread them.
DNA.
DNA is a wonderful thing.
46 chromosomes. You never know what you're going to get.
All right, y'all. So we got that planted. Now, let's see. Did I see a comment on here? Your page was messed up the other day. It had videos, nothing you would talk about. They weren't you. See, I don't know what's going on with TikTok. Because like I said, I put videos up last night and they never showed up. My husband was like trying to find some that I put up last night and they never showed up. So I know it's something going on with TikTok. I don't know what is going on, but hopefully they get that fixed. I do know that they were being sold. You heard that right. Like they were working out the last... Again? It wasn't even again. They was like trying to shut them down there for a minute.
Right, and then it's been a lot with TikTok.
Yes.
It went from Asian to something, and then I don't know. But yeah, a lot of changes. Hopefully they get it all worked out where it's up and running.
Okay, so we got all the stuff that we planned on planting here today done. So I'm going to talk about what we're going to be doing for the month of February. As we all know, February is Black History Month. So, yep, I heard that too. Yes, and I think maybe sometimes with people that are like doing educational channels, people don't want you to learn things, and so they kind of suppress them. So that's why I try to say, if you can share the live, share my channel so people can learn, because we got a lot of stuff coming up in February. As we were saying, February is Black History Month, and we're still going to be doing stories about St. Louis, but some of these stories that we're going to be doing are not necessarily St. Louis based. And we're going to do a Black invention every day, like a Black invention that has affected all of our lives in a positive way, and ones that we still use today. What do you have, babe?
As far as upcoming events?
For February.
Oh, the same. Just Black History Month, and it's Black history that you wouldn't believe some of the things that you never knew that Black people did and discovered and invented.
Like, I didn't know. Let me give you one that I'm definitely going to do about the Manhattan Project. You know, I always thought that Oppenheimer was the one that was behind that, but no, it was a Black women. Did y'all know that? I was shocked when I heard that. And then also a Black woman created GPS. She just died a couple days ago. 95-year-old woman. She invented GPS.
A Black woman invented the modern gas furnace.
Yes.
That we all use today. And I know we've seen the movie Hidden Figures. The Black women helped Buzz Aldrin, or not helped, they did the mathematic calculations that got Buzz Aldrin to the moon. Mm-hmm. So that's just a few of them. So we got a lot of stories coming up for y'all, and I hope that y'all going to enjoy them as much as we are going to enjoy researching and bringing them to you. And we got a lot of stuff coming up. And this is not just a story on a channel that is focused just on like Black history. We talk about everybody's history. But being that February is Black History Month, we are probably going to have a lot more videos that's going to come out on, you know, the Black experience. Hey, May. And so our experience in this country that we call America and that we call home. So we're going to have a lot of videos on the Black experience, and we're going to have some other ones mixed in there too. But I think everybody should learn. And then that way, when you fight ignorance with knowledge, and when you learn about the other people, you'll learn about us, and you'll learn about yourself as well. And that is our purpose here, is to teach, you know, and we're learning along as well. Okay, so do we have any questions, comments, requests? You want us to do anything? Hey, amen. Follow. Well, thank you. If you haven't followed, go ahead and hit the follow button. If you haven't subscribed, go ahead and subscribe. We do have subscriptions starting at $1.50, $1.49 right now. And then we are almost at the end of the month of January, and we're going to be doing a drawing for 2 prizes here. And I told you guys that we are beekeepers, and this last season we got a lot of honey from the bees. So if you subscribe to the channel at $1.49 for the first month, you'll be entered to win. There are 2 prizes that we got coming up. So the first prize, you'll get a jar of the honey that we got last year. And this honey is it tastes like sunflowers, because that was mostly what I had growing that the bees really enjoyed. And I call it Igbo girl honey because if you didn't know, I'm half Igbo. My father was Nigerian and he was Igbo. So you'll get a jar of this Igbo honey. This is the first prize. And we're going to draw those live. And then you'll get one of these beeswax candles. And these are made with beeswax. They burn really slowly. That's one thing that's good about beeswax. And then you can reuse any unused wax. You can reuse it. And then I also put a little bit of menthol in there so it'll clear up your sinuses if you got some congested sinus passages. And then also, if you're a second prize, we draw your name, you'll get a jar of the Igbo Girl honey. So those will be the prizes. If you can, subscribe and you'll win. You may be able to win, you know. You'll be entered to win.
You will be entered to win.
For $1.49.
And then you'll also get the first, what do you call that?
Harvest?
No, where we let you know. You'll get the first messages. The notifications to know where we gonna be meeting up, when we gonna be meeting up, and what plants and stuff we'll have for offer for free. Mm-hmm. So that would be a good way if you want to learn to garden, if you want to meet us, you know what I'm saying? Because we love meeting people. Mm-hmm. Subscribe, and then you'll be the first to know.
Mm-hmm. If you want to send us correspondences, books to read, letters, pictures. Our post office box is...
Wait a minute. Go ahead, babe.
P.O. Box 2024, St. Louis, Missouri. What is the zip code? 63158.
Yeah, you can send postcards and everything.
Yeah,
okay.
Postcards, all that.
So now I didn't see any of the comments. So if you want, you can go ahead and send us some comments, some questions, and we'll answer your questions and comments, and then we're going to end the live. I don't know when I'll be back doing more, but we got a lot of stuff to get in these pots because I got a big garden plan this year. Yeah. So, and then I got that greenhouse. We got to get use out of it. So if you got any questions, go ahead and send those now. I didn't see them if you had them. Some of the little comments, I could read some of them, but I'm here now reading comments. If you have any, go ahead and send them. Alberta liked the live, and then like the live, share. Okay.
And binge watch the videos.
And then watch the videos.
You know, so we can keep the education and the
I'm gonna take this out
fun
here.
coming.
Okay, let's see. You made fudge. No, I didn't. I thought it was, no, I didn't. And the candle, let's see. Yes, loving the honey. Alberta did get some honey. We sent Alberta some honey. She's been here since day one. She was the first subscriber. So our first subscriber, we actually sent honey and a candle, and she says she loves it. Is it time to start planting? Indoors. If you live in St. Louis, which is zone 7A, it is time to start planting your frost hardy vegetables. So today we planted kale, endive, cauliflower, kamatsuna. What else did we plant, babe? Spinach,
kamatsuna, which is also like a green.
Yeah.
Endive.
So it's me, Carol. Yes, I have my pots ready. Miss Lynn, you can start, if you have frost hardy, you can start planting now. Now, once these sprout, which is going to probably be in about a week or so, I'm going to take them out to the greenhouse. And then that way, my greenhouse has a window that can open up, and you can let them start to be hardened in there. Mm-hmm. And then they'll get the sun that they need. And because I was doing a juggling thing here for the past couple years where I would start them in the house. And then I had like a little portable greenhouse that I bought from Aldi some years back. And I would take them out and put them in there. But now they can actually stay out in that greenhouse since we got the little heater, and it stays pretty warm in there during the daylight hours.
It should be. I mean, they're frost hardy.
Now, and they're frost hardy.
Yeah. I mean, it's finna start warming up. Yeah. It's almost February.
Yeah. And then plus we have a heater. So, but if you're just like planting indoors, you're going to have to make sure you got lighting, that you have heat for them. And you're going to have to get them. Your little trays don't need air. Do they have a poke hole in the top of them? Yeah. Like I don't put the thing all the way down, so it's not completely sealed down because they do need air. Thank you, Alberta. What's this? This is where we've been planting for the upcoming growing season. Yeah. Now, as Alberta was saying, you can punch holes in the top, but I don't want to do that because I like them to get that nice humidity, steam going. Yeah. So,
and it's not all the way airtight. I mean, it's just...
Clear Meat is a good bee flower. What do I plant? I'm going to have them a buffet this year because they've been so confused. You just reminded me that I need to plant kale. Yes. My bees, it's been warm, where we had like 65-degree temps, and then they'll break cluster because bees will cluster around the queen to keep her warm so that she can, start laying for them the next spring. And when they break cluster, that's not really good for them. And they've been breaking cluster a lot, and they go out and fly and they relieve themselves and then they come back in. But we've had like stretches of warm weather where they've been just out flying around and they've broken cluster quite a bit. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to get them. They're going to have a nice buffet of flowers. I'm just going to have all types of stuff out there for them just to reward them because they had a hard year.
Last year you had a lot of those. What's the ones with the World War II?
The poppies.
Poppies.
We did. If now also you should plant your poppies now. If you're doing poppies this year, you can actually direct sow those. Right today would be perfect. Actually, you can go out right now if you have a flower bed and put the poppy seeds on top of the snow. And once the snow starts to melt, it'll literally just melt down into the place where they're going to set. And it'll be watered.
They'll just come up because they are like the epitome of frost.
They love it. Yes, poppies. I planted like 4 or 5 different varieties of poppies last year and this year. So last year they came up and they were beautiful. They were beautiful.
Especially those ones with the World War II.
The American Legion poppy. Yeah, my zinnias did horribly last year. I'm near you. Did they, Miss Lynn? My sister was saying that she was noticing most zinnias last year were pink. You know, like, and most of them were, when I was like looking at my zinnias last year, most of them that were coming out were pink, which was crazy because I know I planted some different like yellows and I didn't get any of those. And zinnias are, if you also love to plant, if you want to learn to garden and you're not really like, like you feel like you don't have a green thumb, zinnias are the easiest. Zinnias and cosmos are some of the easiest things to grow in the world. They don't need to be watered. They love drought times and they will grow wild. They grow crazy. So those are two that if you don't like to necessarily garden, and you can grow them in pots too, Alberta, and you can eat them. You can eat zinnias. You can eat cosmos. You can put them in salads and stuff. Cleomot tea helps diabetes, plus phrase through clinical trials. There's a lot of things that help. We planted, what do they call them? They were really nasty though. I'll throw in some cosmos. Cosmos, they are great. We planted the bitters. What was the ones?
Bitter melons.
Bitter melons. Though, okay, so we had bitter melons growing in, and I was like, what do we do with them? I thought that they were going to be like, I don't know. I thought like a sour taste because I could handle sour, but oh no.
Different kind of taste.
Oh no, they were not good. And but the thing is, they're really good for you. Yeah. They help with like your blood sugar control, high blood pressure.
Radishes are good for you.
Yeah, and radishes for some reason don't really grow in for us. Now when we had them radishes, they grew in. But yeah.
We had some red ones.
A lot of the stuff you can eat if you didn't know. You can eat poppies.
Remember we was putting radishes on those salads?
Yes, we did. Yes, when I pulled them up and I had a video where I was like, I actually grew these.
Radishes all back there.
Yeah, radishes grow pretty easy,
and they are good for
It's
you.
the beets. I think it's beets that we have issue with growing, and carrots.
And radishes are excellent for your body.
Yeah,
slice them up, put them on a salad. And they control blood sugar. All that.
Yes, we do. Cosmo Vintage. We save seeds from the crops. I have so many sunflower seeds. That's what I'm gonna start bringing too when we have our meetups. I have so many sunflower seeds that I need to give away. And the ones that we have grow like 17 feet tall. They're really cool. Or zinnias tasty. We have never eaten them. I normally grow them and use them on the table as decorations. Hey family, I miss y'all. Well, Rochelle, we are here. I'm gonna be back. I think that this was a pretty productive live. What y'all think? I think it was pretty cool, and I got some stuff done that I needed to get done. My husband just happened to be home today, and we're gonna do this more frequently because we got to get all this stuff in the ground. And I'm gonna try to give y'all a schedule of when you can start planting your stuff indoors. Hello, where are you all at? We are in St. Louis, Missouri, growing zone 7A. I missed the live. Well, we will be back, Rochelle. I don't think we're gonna be back today though.
No, we might be tomorrow.
I got a lot of knowledge out of the live. Well, thank you, Alberta. Well, thank you, Miss Lynn. And we are 50% of our way to our goal. I think I set a goal for 2. Thank you for joining us, May. So let's see, can we hit that goal? Miss Lynn gave us a rose. Thank you, Miss Lynn. But yeah, I hope and Pepper just let us hit our goal. We hit our live goal. Thank you, Pepper.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. So what was I saying?
There's more to come.
There is so much more to come. We're going to be doing canning. If you've never canned before and you want to learn to can, we're going to do some pickles, some greens.
Popcorn and popped it.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
And you can pop sorghum. If you didn't know. It's a grain. You can pop it like popcorn. It's so much to come.
Yes. We're going to be growing black sorghum this year. And you can make molasses from black sorghum. Sorghum is the thing that you grow where they call it grow your own pancake, because you can make gluten-free flour and you can make a syrup. And with the black sorghum, I want to learn to can. You got the right place, Pepper. With the black sorghum, you can make molasses and black flour, gluten-free flour. And we're going to do both of those on this channel this year.
Our pickles we make, refrigerated pickles. And
we did pickle relish.
We made our own pickle relish.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Thank you, B&B Sweets' first gift. Thank you. Thank you.
Our own salsas out of the stuff from the garden.
Where you can can it. So, you're going to get, not only are you going to learn to garden, you're going to learn to use the things that you grow.
For food.
And that's my purpose here.
To preserve it for food that you can use 6 months from now.
Yes. And then last year we had our grapes that came in. We made jelly, grape jelly.
3 years for a grapevine.
Yeah,
to
that's patience,
grapes.
y'all.
Right, so that's
patience.
We've been gardening for at least 3 years.
Yeah,
but it's been 4 I think.
So hopefully this year we get some more grapes. And it was so beautiful. Check out them videos that I posted.
They come in from the inside
you
out.
stay warm too, Rochelle.
The inside part comes, the little stalks, then the grape comes on. It's wonderful.
And then what was the element you put in last year? This year our element is the greenhouse. Last year
I put in the water element.
He put in the water thing.
Flowing fountain. And then we had that little
we have the hammock that he put in.
We built a hammock.
Yeah, the hammock stand. So it's like it's really nice back there.
Another element this year is going to be our sitting greenhouse where we can have lunch in it.
And my friend bought her granddaughter last year and she enjoyed the yard fully. We got the bees back there. It was sunflowers that she was just astonished by. She looked like a little, she looked so tiny compared to those sunflowers. Yeah, she was like, oh my gosh.
Took the sunflower home.
She was eating grapes.
Yeah,
it was just
grapes.
It's a nice
like a wonderland.
thing. So
and then we don't have that. I'm gonna get that fountain together. This man, my neighbor, gave me a fountain with a hole in it, but I'm gonna get it together.
Yeah.
I said, boy, you
know he was wrong for that.
Yes, but I'm gonna seal it some kind of way. But it's got the little solar thing where it flows. It's a beautiful garden.
Right. And then you can give us ideas on what you may want to learn. And we'll actually try to, incorporate that into our little learning schedule. But yeah, look out for those history videos that we got coming up for the month of February. And then we're going to try to end out January on a good note, too, with a history video if we can get out. And then we also want to take you out to Art Hill, which is a historic place that people in St. Louis go to sled. And people haven't been able to sled lately because we ain't really had the snow. But so we're going to take y'all out.
For the first time since this storm to go, if they don't call me in.
Right. Now, you got to act like you got some sense. When we go on these field trips, you can't be like hitting people, asking people for money.
Go down Art Hill on your back.
Right. You got to keep your clothes on.
You got to have a sled under you.
Not on your back.
Mott. I ain't gonna say
you got to keep the clothes on.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I was at the art museum last week. LOL. Well, you gonna go back, Cosmo, if you join us.
Oh, it was wonderful, yeah.
I like your name. Good evening. Hey, Atisha. You know what? You joined us later, Atisha. This wasn't planned. I'm gonna try to put up reminders, but I always forget. Hey, Atisha, thank you. I want to thank everybody that came in, liked the video. This was fun today. I thought it was fun. We learned a lot. We did a lot. We got our garden started, which is I've been having that on my mind for the past. Since the garden died, that'd be the first thing on my mind. So we're going to also be giving y'all the meetup times and dates. We're going to be giving out flowers, seeds. It's just going to be an eventful year. Event-filled year.
Wait till you see the sunflowers. They are massive. They I mean, the stalks are like trees. You just not got to know.
It's something going on with TikTok. So Atisha said she just now got the notification. It's something going on.
They get it together. The videos ain't going up. The lives is glitching. I don't know what's going on with TikTok.
Yeah, I don't know. So
that's an internal thing with their system. So maybe they'll get it together. It's been having changes with their whole thing.
So if you haven't follow us so you can get. I guess they send you notifications, right?
Yeah, follow. Is there like a notification bell on TikTok?
I don't know.
I don't know, but follow and binge watch the videos. And if you want to subscribe, $1.50 right now. And
then you could join us for his birthday celebration. His birthday coming up in February. It's the day before Valentine's Day, so we're gonna be February 13th.
Yes.
I'm gonna do something special for him then. Yes, TikTok been acting up. I put videos on last night and they have not even came up on the feed. So yeah, I try to do like slow cooker videos for y'all to give you something. It's an easy way to cook, have a good hearty meal, and you could do what all you need to do for the day and then come back and have your meal on the stove in the pot. And I put videos up yesterday and they did not pop up. So then I also did a nectarine crisp that we both loved. It was delicious.
Greenhouse. It was a lot of videos didn't come up.
Yeah,
it was a lot.
So
we'll see.
We'll see what's going on.
Maybe
but
we can get it together, and then it's all this snow, and who knows what's going on.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody that gifted, everybody that helped us meet our goal today. Thank everybody that joined us. You got anything else to say, babe, before we end this live?
Nope, just more to come.
We got so much more to come. Y'all gonna love the Black History Month.
And I'm gonna give you the history on why did Black History Month even start.
Yes, he gonna do that.
The man that started it all. It's so much. We've been researching but my brain is smoking. I've been doing so much research.
Oh my gosh, that ain't good.
Well, I got smoke coming
Look
out
at him,
my ears.
that ain't good.
Smoke coming out my ears. Look, my right hand is smoking and cramping up.
Yeah.
So yeah, this
Where's
is
Max?
coming.
And then Max is here too. He gonna say goodbye to y'all. Here, come here, boo boo. He's right here. He say goodbye. He always is in here with us. So we are going to go ahead and leave y'all today, but we had a great time. I hope that you will grow along with us. I'm going to try to put up clips of this video so y'all can you know, if it's something you missed while we were doing it, you can get a little clip of what we did. So thank everybody for joining us. Thank everybody that gave us gifts today. And thank everybody that followed. And we will see you guys in the next video, y'all.
Very much.
Goodbye.
Peace. Doing this when we first bought that Flex.
Yeah.
And I was getting my exercise. I shoveled half the street.
It's crazy. Come on, so you can go in here.
Go out there.
So we're going to see if this was airtight in here. If we got any snow that fell in. Then that way I will know once I put my flowers and stuff in there. So I know how good it held up. So he's just shoveling around the door here. Get over here. Don't go back up there. Huh?
Shut that. He's going to be tempted. We see something take off. We see a squirrel or something take off.
It's up to the door. What you doing? He likes to box too, because Max is crazy. All right. Okay.
Airtight.
Is nothing in there?
It's airtight.
All right, we gonna see this together.
Oh, it's warm in here.
Oh my gosh, yes.
40 degrees. It feel like summer in here.
It do. It's
Well,
actually warm in here. You know, we could eat lunch. What? Don't strip. Don't strip now. Don't do that for him. But yeah, it's nice and warm in here.
Yeah. And the snow only insulated more.
Cool.
Panes held up.
Okay. So y'all, this greenhouse was only $250. So if you're looking for something that's like cheap, I think they were out of this model though, wasn't they? They might have restocked on Amazon.
$250. This was $100. And it's got where you can have your fresh flowers.
Yeah.
So right here, we can take flowers out here and make our bouquet for the inside table. And just to sit here and enjoy fresh flowers and have lunch. $100, $250. You talking about $350. And then we still got to put more lighting.
Yeah.
And I got a TV. It's gonna be fixed up even more.
Yeah, this is nice though. It's warm in here.
Oh yeah. Boy,
so a
like
heater would really have it like tropics.
It'll
the tropics
like,
in here.
Like the Bahamas in here.
Well, you see, it's airtight, y'all. So I'm gonna be putting my plants in here soon. I could have actually planted my greens.
And they would have survived.
And they would have been fine.
Because it ain't nothing about what, 45?
We also need a thermometer.
Wait a minute, we got one.
Rent it out. That's what John said.